महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महादेवमुदं शिरसा नमामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि.
Error choice. The more you know, less are the choices. That's how it is. But that's not a loss. That is gain. Yeah, because that means you are clear. It's all gain. Therefore, these raga dveshas constitute you, the person. Your likes and dislikes. And they create pressure. And the pressure makes you go against dharma. Swadharma. What is to be done by me? So I go against myself, my own knowledge. When we understand Ishvara, then it becomes Ishvara. Dharma is Ishvara. Dharma is Ishvara, you are going against the order. That is Ishvara. Then you are rubbing. You are rubbing against a law. And the law is, when you rub against a law, the law is, you will get rubbed in the process. What does it mean? You cannot rub against something without getting rubbed. Suppose I beat the table. I have to roll my thing. So I am carried away by the talk, and then I say, this can never happen. Even though I hit the table, I got hit. Understand? If you don't understand, don't quote me. Go out and find out an old tree. Any tree is okay. And preferably a neem tree. Preferably a neem tree. Find out a tree and then without a t-shirt on, you rub against the tree 10 times. 10 good times, So rub against this tree 10 times. Afterwards, look at the tree. Tree is okay. If one or two barks have gone away, that is good for the tree. Correct? Some old dead barks are gone because of your rub, and that means it's more exposed to air, and it is happy. It thanks you. It says, you are a babakoof, but I thank you. I thank you. I need people like you. And therefore, the tree is thankful. Now what you should do? What happens to you? By the time you look at, it begins to burn. The whole back is burning. Then you cannot wear a t-shirt. You can't wear a shirt also. So you have to wear that Saudi gown. Saudi gown. The Saudis, they wear big alfi. Called alfi here. Here also there are alfi. There is no alfi Mahatma here. And so he wears alfi. It's a big gown. Big gown. These Mahatmas wear here, alfi. Big gown. So that also, you have to keep doing like this. Pull it. Because it goes to the back. It should not touch, nothing should touch. For 9 days, this body gets, healing takes place for any body superficial wound, and it takes 9 days, body takes 9 days to heal. 9 minimum days. Minimum 9 days. You have to wait for you to wear a t-shirt. If you are lucky, there is no complication. What do you learn from this? I learned I should not rub a tree. That is not, this kind of learning we have been learning. This is why we have a problem. I should not rub a tree, but I can rub somebody else. So, this is the problem. So this is not the problem. What you learn, when you rub against something, you get rubbed in the process. That is the learning. That means you can never rub against something without paying for it. Therefore, it is not a good bargain. Correct? It's a bad bargain. That's learning. That's called wisdom. And therefore, when you rub against the Ishvara, who is in the form of dharma, you are the loser. Ishvara is not the loser. You are the loser. Therefore, raga dveshas, even though they create pressure for you to go against dharma, swadharma, the interpreted form of dharma, you don't do it. But you don't do it. Why? How? Because the pressure is so much. How can I remain not do it? That is where you need the strength of your knowledge, clarity. That is where you need a support system. That's where you need anugraha, grace of Ishvara, which you earn by prayer, by reaching out karma. By reaching out actions. By all these you earn what you call grace. Really, it is anugraha. It is, we can say it is punya. All that is necessary. And therefore, swadharma anushtanam, swakarmani nishtha is called stairyam, sthirata. Very important. Whether we learn Vedanta or not, these things are very, 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 very essential. They are all essential values and attitudes. It's a value. You have to live, you have to practice. It's a commitment you have to practice. So, for a person to be, yes, a person of certain self-image, certain achievement, so karma nishtha is necessary. Stairyam atma vinigraha. This stairyam and atma vinigraha go together. Nigraha, vinigraha. So the tendency to cut corners is always there. Actions come You want to say things. You want to do. So you cut your tendency to do. Atma Vinigraha, so that you can do what is to be done. Both are told here. So Atmanaha Karyakarana Sangatasya Vinigraha. Vinigraha, having a mastery, a swamitvam. Swamitvam means overlordship. Overlordship over what? A lordship over your actions. Body means actions. Pursuits. And pursuits of enjoyment also. And then this the sense pursuits, pleasure pursuits. Then even certain desire pursuits which will go against dharma. It's all called that's the withdrawal from all of them is called vinigraha. Nirodha. Like yogaha chitta vritti nirodha. Here all vritti nirodha. Vritti is also pursuit. So all pursuits which are against swadharma. So at the cost of swadharma, swakarma, what is to be done? You do certain things at the cost of. And then again, against also dharma. So all these, all those karmas are one who is able to curb them has got Atma Vinigraha. That person has got Atma Vinigraha. He is in charge of himself. That person is together. In English, there is an expression like this, the person is together. Atma Vinigraha. Atma Vinigraha is possible if you have Indriyarteshu Vairagyam. It's an important thing. Indriyarteshu Vairagyam. Next. Indayati. Bodhayati. Is the Indriya. That which makes you see, hear. That which gives you the knowledge of various objects. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Sound, touch, form, taste, smell. So these are all 5 sense objects. So that which is instrumental in gaining knowledge of this 5-fold world is called Indriya. Indriyanam arthaha. Indriyarthaha. Vishayaha. These sense objects. Sense objects means the object for eyes. Object for eyes, color, form. Object for ears, sounds. Then you can understand the touch. Sense of touch is there. There is touch experience, taste experience, smell experience. All these are called the Vishayas, the objects of all these perceptions are called Indriyarthaha. with reference to them, indriyartheshu, vairagyam, with reference to the objects of your sense perception, objects of your senses, with reference to all of them. Seventh case, subject locative, with reference to, that will be the meaning. So with reference to the sense objects, viragasya bhavam vairagyam. Ragaha vitaha ismat. Or yasya. The one who is free from these ragas, they have gone away. So it's called Vita Ragaha or Viragaha, Vigalita Ragaha, Viragaha. The one who is free from raga. So Viragaha. Raga also is a name for a melody. It's a word for melody. And in Indian music, we have defined melodies. And each melody has got a name. There is a Todi. Todi is the name of a raga. There is a Saranga. There is a Vrindavana Saranga. There is a Ranjani. There is a Shiva Ranjani. There are different Ranjanis also. So you have so many ragas. There is a Bhairavi. Bhairavi is the name of Shiva Shakti. Bhairavi. Bhairava, Bhairavi. Then there is Ananda Bhairavi. There is Sindhu Bhairavi. Nata Bhairavi. There are so many Bhairavis. Therefore, ragas are many. Vita raga means the one who has no raga at all. That kind of viraga we can find out. All that you have to do is go to a North American Hindu temple. There wait for Jagadi Jai Jagadisha Hare. And then at that time you will find all of them. Whoever is there is viraga. And you develop vairagya to go to a temple. And that kind of a, there is no tone deaf. People are tone deaf. Everybody has his own pitch. All are singing in their own voices. Because one cannot sing in borrowed voice. So I sing in my own voice, me and Bhagavan. Why should I listen to you? You have got your own voice, I got my own voice, and everybody has got his own, her own voice. And therefore there are many voices, we all together sing. And Bhagavan will understand. That's why we don't have Bhagavan standing there. If he stands, we run. Therefore, we have consecrated and made it very firm. And he cannot move. Then you can start. Jai Jagadisha Hare. Jai Jagadisha Hare. You can sing. And he will have to stand. And withstand. There is no other way. We are not talking of that viraga. Raga is what you love to have, love to do. heart is there. But your buddhi tells, hey, this is not the one you have to do, the other one you have to do. What you don't like, what you have to do. So what is to be done, I don't like. What is not to be done, I like. Like in eating. In eating, they say you should not eat the fried stuff, that is what you like. You should not eat this one, that's what I like. In fact, what you should eat, these are the things you should eat. You should eat sprouts, and that too, the sprouts of methi. The fenugreek seeds sprouted. Every day you take 2 ounces. No problem. They say that. You take that. Fenugreek, bitter gourd, good for you. Bitter gourd. Don't try to make it palatable. Bitter gourd must be in its original form. Original form means it should bitter up to marrow. It should be. That's how you should take. Then what? That is food. It's food. We should take it as food. Think of that. Why should Bhagavan give me sweet buds? And other buds are there at my tongue? Why? That's all once upon a time. Therefore, so what do you like is not what you should eat. You should not eat. What you don't like, you should eat. Then eating like that, discover a liking for that. You can discover a liking for that. Over a time, if you eat, unless it is bitter, you cannot eat. It has to be bitter. Like certain ferments they want. One Brazilian fellow came, said, you can enlighten me about that. See, this fellow was staying in an ashram. I was staying next to him. And then when I walk out, I always picked up a smell. And the smell always like a dead rat. And it has been there for some time. So that's the smell I got. Then I checked up my room, and then I had a doubt. In this fellow's room there is something. Then I asked him, so did you check up there is some smell coming from you? No, in my room everything is okay. And then please check up. He says there's nothing. And he checked up also and nothing. Then I also went with him another time. So because it's increasing. And day after day it's increasing. And then it was coming from the windowsill. Yeah, what is there here? I asked him. Oh, that is yogurt. Yogurt? Yeah, dahi, and in the ashram, they give 1 cup of dahi every day. Then the dahi keeps on adding. And he has got a small pot. In this he goes on adding this dahi. And it goes on fermenting. And it is 32 days old or whatever days, I don't know. It has been there, it's fermenting. That this is why do you do this? No. They do like that. They ferment. And this fellow, they do that. He was fermenting the whole thing. And he wants to take it later after it is fermented. In Brazil, is there any such thing? some firmament. This fellow had love for that. So he had a love for it, he has a nose for it. So my nose is not fit for it. But he has a developed nose. So he has cultivated nose. That particular smell he loves. Ferment. I don't know what he was taking, perhaps medicine, I think. So he was trying to get some fermented medicine, some fungus or whatever. It's a problem. But he doesn't have any problem. So from this I understood one thing. You can love anything in the world. Anything you can love. You can discover love for anybody. You can discover love for anything. There is no such thing, this object alone I love and get lost. No. There is no such thing. That's all cinema. It's all movie. And therefore, what we learn from all this is what you love need not be what is to be done. What is to be done, you may not love now, you will discover love later. Because it is to be done. There is no conflict. There is no in the beginning there may be some small conflict, the conflict between what is to be done, what is not to be done. Then afterwards the choice is proper, then there is no problem of any conflict. And you discover love for anything. You can discover love for anything, any person. Therefore, we have things to learn. This is called swakarma, stairyam, sthirata, swakarma nishtha. A nishtha, a capacity to pursue what is to be done. In this capacity, there is steadfastness. Capacity doesn't leave anything to be desired. In the beginning, it needs some support system. Later, it becomes natural to you. And therefore, indriyarteshu vairagyam. For this, indriyarteshu vairagyam, even though they attract, but you don't go against swakarma, what is to be done. This is vairagya, dispassion. So that they don't take you for a ride. So you are able to within the ambit of dharma, the fold of dharma. That is called vairagya. So one more thing we have to see, that we will see later.
Mahaganapatin Manasa Smarami Mahadeva Mudam Shirasa Namami Mahaganapatin Manasa Smarami. Bharata Desha Hitaya Kuru Sevam Tum Kuru Sevam Tum Kuru Sevam Tum Kuru Sevam.